Hello there. I put up a couple of videos of me playing this thing. I bought it some time ago purely by accident. I was in the mandolin shop, or at least the acoustic music company in Brighton, and this was hanging on the wall. And it was the time that Ben Harper had made us aware of these things, although David Lindley had been playing one for ages. A deal was made. So what can I tell you about this? It was built by a British luthier who specialises in the stranger types of guitars, a gentleman called Peter Gosden. I'm not quite sure when it was built, but I'm not quite sure when I actually bought it. I'll put that detail down below. This is all mahogany, with of course an ebony fretboard and bridge. It is a copy of a Weissenborn. Herman Weissenborn made these sometime between the 1920s and 1930s. It's very poorly documented. It's thought that there were less than 5,000 made. There were various incarnations of them, and I believe that there's hardly two that are exactly the same. There's some very strange and un-luthier-like modifications and build styles with them. The peculiarity of this is, unlike the Kona, is that the body is hollow right up to about here, and the octave is in the getting into the upper bout. It was made to try and give more volume and more power to the people playing Hawaiian style, which became very fashionable in the 20s, and it really started fading out in the 30s. There's a whole story about the craze Hawaiian music in between the wars. It was the predecessor. It was really made redundant when the Resonator guitars, the Dobro and the National, came in. And of course, as soon as they came in the late 20s, they were pretty shortly replaced by the electric lap steels and things for Hawaiian, and went into Western swing and everything else. But it's a beautiful guitar. It's simple, but effective. I took it along for some adjustments on the nut. I experimented with a much higher nut, then I had a lower nut there, and I took it to Peter Gosden, who said he remembered building it, blah 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 blah, and he said, "Don't like the bridge that's on that, I think I can do better." And he said, "Would you leave it with me for a couple of weeks? I'd like to change the bridge." And he took off the bridge and put a completely different, a more original type bridge on, for which he would not charge me. I like to tune this in CGCGce, which is a kind of a C, I use medium gauge strings with two 17s, a 17 and a 17, and I prefer to use old strings that have been played for 2 or 3 months on another guitar. It tends to make them smoother. You don't hear that the change in the binding of the strings so much, and it gives it a rounder sound to me. So there we go, a Peter Gosden Weissenborn style Hawaiian guitar. Thanks for watching.